Hello folks, I'm not sure about my service, but I wanted to show you, I'm in Islahiya, Turkey right now. And here behind me is Beit al-Mal. They are giving heaters. As you can see, there's equipment here for heaters. And it's really a devastating situation here right now. Excuse my face, I've been crying. I cried a lot today. It's just, it's more than you can imagine. Nothing that you are seeing on television, even one bit, just describes what is it like to be here right now. There are people literally living in tents. This is just one of the camps that I'm at right now, where they're setting up their heaters here. You see children running around, families. It's just devastating. I want to take you a little bit and show you some the places where you saw those little children under the rubble. I mean, these are some of the family members of those people that you saw in this camp right here that I'm in Islahiya, Turkey right now. And I'm going to show you how monstrous is this destruction. The people here telling us stories about losing members of their family, people living in their cars. I'm going to show you this one family that I had already permission to show. They are living in their car right now. This is Adam. Say hi, Adam. Hi, Adam. So I'm going to show you just this so you can see. This is literally the camp. People don't want to leave their communities even though their homes are destroyed. This is one of the buildings that you saw in a lot of the footage. But just to give you a perspective, we're talking about an entire, this is just one small neighborhood, but I want you to see how it looks like in its entirety. I mean, here it starts over here, and then an entire street leveled to the ground. You can see literally an entire street leveled to the ground. And when you get closer to the rubble, this is not just concrete. This is people's entire lives that are literally destroyed. I mean, when I was walking here, I couldn't even bring myself to this. Like, there's children that were here, broken toys, people's entire, you see mattresses up there, like people's entire lives. You see a little teddy bear over there. They literally, people left with absolutely, I almost fell, left with absolutely nothing. So when we talk about people giving donations, this is not just telling you, you know, these people have temporary, these people literally left their houses with absolutely nothing. In fact, some of them left without people that they love. They literally lost loved ones under this kind of rubble. And many of them are choosing to stay in an open area where they removed rubble just so they could build a campsite, because they don't want to live away from other people who live here. So if one family member decides to stay, then the rest want to stay in this area. These people are mostly Syrian refugees. And what I want people to understand about this is that these people were already refugees. They were already refugees. They had already left their homes. They were already living in poverty here in Turkey. They were already unemployed, many of them. And now there's refugees again. And so what I want you to understand is that they hadn't even gotten over the trauma from fleeing Syria. And now they're here again in camp. It's not about just losing your family or losing people that you love. It's literally this. It's the trauma upon trauma upon trauma upon trauma. So please, folks, like, this is not temporary. This is going to be long-term work. I want to show you this mosque. This was their mosque. This was their mosque, just literally leveled to the ground. This is the place that the people used to come and congregate together. This is where they prayed together. And this is what it looks like now. And for folks who are asking and just joined, we are right now in a place called Islahiya, which is still in Turkey, on the Turkey side, home to Syrian refugees, mostly Syrian refugees. This is the mosque. And this is the people. Look at them. They just sit. This is just one of the camps in this particular neighborhood that we happen to stop at. And right now they're getting heating systems installed because it's cold. Right now we're grateful that there's some sun, but it's cold outside. And people, as you can see, how they wash their clothes with cold water because there's no way. And so you see right there, starting to put mini heating systems in these tents. You see that pipe right there. And so our truck, which is the Beit al-Mal truck, as you can see, they're bringing down these heating systems, and then they have also coal. So they give families 15 kilos of coal to start with the heating system that they have. And you know, I was telling people earlier, just the hospitality. I mean, they sat us down, they made us like this little living room, and they gave us tea to drink. Like, you could take Syrians out of Syria, but you can't take Syrian hospitality. And so I'm here because I want to also bear witness. I just don't know. You all know me very well. I cannot watch suffering and just sit back. I was like, somebody take me to Turkey. And so that's what I'm here for. And I just want to show you like these beautiful children. Look at these children. They just want to play. Look at them. They just want to play. Just want to play. Little children just want to play. And these people, folks, we do not give people old things. So there you see, somebody else must have came and dropped this off here. Do not give people old things. These people are human beings. They deserve coats that are new. They deserve things that are new. They have been through too much for them to have to rummage through other people's garbage. Beit al-Mal does not give old clothes. We do not give things that are not purchased with the tag from the store, because these people deserve to be dignified. And so as you are donating items to your local temple, to your local church, to your local mosque, to a local charity organization that's collecting items, do not give people old things. That is very disrespectful, especially with the trauma that people are going through here. Like, the least we can do is make sure that their kids have new clothes, new socks, new coats. Again, like I said, the organization that I'm with, which is a United States-based charity organization, all donations to Beit al-Mal and Ahid International are tax deductible. They have a 4-star charity. They are a 4-star charity on all the kind of evaluators in the U.S. Tax deductible donation. Like I said, they do not give old things. They give only new things, because that's what these people deserve. They deserve to at least be treated with some dignity in a time of trauma. And it's hard for anybody to come here and not feel overwhelmed, not just with the destruction of buildings, but the stories that they have to share. These are people, some of whom were widows before they came to Turkey. These are women who lost their husbands and came and fled to Turkey from Syria. These are people who have lost people in war. They lost their homes in war. Some fled before something happened to them to come to Turkey. So they were already refugees when they got here. And here they are now, refugees again. And so I want people to know that not only, thinking about mental health services and thinking about giving people an opportunity to heal from trauma that they had already been experiencing before this earthquake ever happened. This earthquake was absolutely devastating. I mean, beyond the imagination. And, Western media has kind of, there's a couple of, you'll see maybe a headline here or there, but really most news outlets have left Turkey. They are not really showing the devastation anymore in the ways that they were doing in the original couple of days when the earthquake actually happened. But like I said, folks, like these caterpillar or whatever you call these things, what they do is they try to move rubble to make space for people to make camps. And so they move the rubble out of the way, and that's why you'll see a lot of these across this part of Turkey where the earthquake hit. But for folks who are just joining, I wanted to kind of show you again, like, this is what I'm talking about. Their whole homes, their entire street. It's not just that one, building right there. It's literally an entire neighborhood. Entire neighborhoods. All people's belongings. I just want you to know that people ran out of the home, sometimes without even people they love. And this is their community. This is a community that was mostly Syrian refugees. Refugees again and again and again and again and again. It's a lot. And I want to show people again, for folks who just joined. This was their mosque. This is the mosque. No mosque. The mosque literally, as you can see, level to the ground. This is a place where this community, mostly Syrian refugees, would congregate. This was their kind of community space. It wasn't just their mosque. This was the place that they congregated together. And then this area right here, I'll show you, there used to be houses here too, but the rubble was removed so that they can start putting up these tents. Some people moved away from this area, but some people wanted to stay in their own community. So this is now what their living conditions are. Remember, these are people who were already refugees. I just want you to keep that in mind, because that's the most heartbreaking part here, that these people were already refugees and now they are refugees again. And I want to show you something that is so meaningful. Like, I can't explain to you how much, I don't know, these are God's people is what I was talking about to them, because let me show you what they did for us. So we came here, we have a truck here that's bringing and installing heaters in their tents because it is absolutely cold. So here's some of the heating systems. Some are already in, and these are some of them. But I want to show you something. Look at this. So we walked in and we're talking to them, trying to understand their needs and what's going on here. And they literally made us tea. And they were inviting us to tea like we were going to their house. And that's the hospitality of Syrians. You could take them out of Syria. You can make them refugees. You can do everything to harden their hearts in this world, but they are still showing the utmost hospitality with the very little that they have. So like I said, there's a fundraiser that I have on Facebook. There's also a link in my bio on Instagram. The need is great. The need is great. It's more than you can imagine. This is temporary right now. Like, I want to show you people who are coming to getting the heaters at our truck right now. So just so you can see, if you see those folks right there, those folks are from this particular camp, and they're getting these heaters so that will be installed in their tents. The heaters look like this. Let me show you. The heaters, before the heaters, they were literally burning wood. That's what they were doing. But this is what the heaters look like, so that the smoke doesn't go inside of the houses. And these are the little babies. This is the children that just want to be kids, that have to play in this. Look at this. This is what they're playing in, these kids. And these are toys that they were able to rummage out of the destruction. So some people went back to the destruction, and they basically got what they could, and whatever they saw. And I want to show you this before we got here. Sometimes to keep warm at night, if you could see, the smoke is still coming out of it. They were burning this wooden stuff. And so when people are telling you, to give, share your blessings. Like, you have no idea when people are telling you they lost their son and his 4 kids. I had a woman here who's an older woman in her 80s. She said, I lost my son and his 4 children and her daughter-in-law. Like, this is not for the faint of heart. And may God give these people resilience. I just want people to know how cold it is outside. And what this gentleman is doing right now is he's basically preparing himself to pray. Because that's what people do. People here, as much as they've gone through, they haven't forgotten their faith. They are so faithful. They are so grateful to God just to be alive. And so I want you to know that. These people just are they're inspiring me, and I'm supposed to be here helping. I don't even know how to help them. But I want you all to know that the people here need you. They're looking for your support and solidarity. They're looking for your du'as and prayers for them. The devastation here is beyond comprehension. And this is something that I don't even have words to describe. I'm speechless. And you know me, I'm a woman of many words. And as you could tell from my face, which looks hot mess right now, I've been crying since I got here. I can't imagine what these people are going through right now. And some of them are telling me their stories, even before they got here to Turkey, telling me their stories from Syria full of trauma. Women's husbands who got kidnapped and they ran away. Other people who just didn't believe that they could stay in Syria during the war. And so some have been here for 10 years, some have been here for 7 years, some have been here for 6 years. And so they were living as refugees in Turkey. And let me tell you, while Turkey is a hospitable nation and they welcome refugees and Uyghurs and Syrians and whatnot, but there's a lot of refugees here and they are not getting the support to the level that they need to thrive here. And then on top of that, that was already before the earthquake, and now we are at a moment where an earthquake happened, so now they're being refugees twice. I want to show you also, I don't know why, this is just things that are God's glory, but I literally walked around and I just found these I don't know, that God decided that they live. So I found these chickens here, look. Just walking around. And I'm sure that at some point they belong to somebody. Just want to show you some of these other buildings up these other streets. This is what we're talking about. These are uninhabitable homes. None of these homes are occupied right now, because even the ones that are still standing, they're not stable enough. They told people that they need to evacuate those houses, because just as you saw in some of the videos, sometimes these homes might just literally collapse in a matter of an instance. And so over there, as you can see, there's another camp with more tents over there. And so we are just going around and we've been asking people, what else do they need? And some of the things that they said, which I think are quite logical things that they would need. Their kids are sick. It's cold outside. And their tents are cold. Their tents are plastic. So they're cold. So the kids all have runny noses. The kids have fevers. There is no pharmacy open anywhere near this area right now. These kids need things like children's Tylenol. They need cough medication. They just need basic things that we take for granted. If your child was sick, you could go right to a Dwayne Reed or Rite Aid and get your kid's medication. And these people can't even get the medication because, number one, they don't have the resources to get the medication, and they also don't have anywhere to go. They don't have cars. They have no transportation. There's no pharmacy that's open anywhere near here. So they literally are waiting for these kind of humanitarian charity organizations to at least give them some of the basic necessities. And so that's there's many organizations, by the way, that are here. Not in this particular camp right now, but of course across Turkey and some parts of Syria for those who have permission to get into Syria. But this is what we're talking about. This is why I support Beit al-Mal, because I'm able to come and bear witness. And I know that whatever resources you give to Ahad International Beit al-Mal is a tax-deductible donation. I know it's going to the right place. I know it's going to the right people, because I am here and I am bearing witness to it all. I want to show you another. Look at this building. It's literally if you can tell, it's literally leaning over. I mean, this is the kind of destruction that has happened here. So please go to my Facebook. You'll see a Facebook fundraiser on my Instagram. I also have it linked in my bio on Instagram. So just make sure I'm getting to my goal. I'm going to keep increasing my goal, because now that I see what's going on, the need is greater than even I imagined before I even got here. So are we going, Brother Naeem, somewhere else right now?
We're going to one of the provide them heaters. As you can see, a lot of families are running in to gather to get heaters because they're finding out that there's some heaters available.
Yeah.
We assess the situation to be 400 families, but it seems like there are way many families, and as you can see, people running far from here,
from down there. Yeah.
Heaters. As you can see, they're taking for their homes.
Yeah, let me show.
Hands.
So the people are picking some of the heaters up to take to their
Tents. And
tents.
They tents have displays in multiple, but this is only for this area.
Yeah.
The whole area which you saw, and inshallah, from here we are going to do next. But we want to go to one of the families to see. They asked us that you can come in, and they want to share their story with us.
Got it. So we're gonna go. We don't record people if they do not give us permission to. Just so you know, I am very cognizant of that. I don't just put people on video because not everybody wants to do that. And I want to respect people's privacy. I want to make sure that they remain dignified in this process. So right now, Brother Naeem, who is one of the senior team members, senior team members at Beit al-Mal. And this is a brother that I met here. He's actually Syrian and he works with us at Beit al-Mal. Here are those those are little chickens that are